The treadmill is the greatest training tool for all sports athletes, especially track and field athletes. Running is all about force production. Frequency is the next important variable, however, force production is the actual key. Your goal is to push the ground away to move your mass. The stronger you are, the easier it is to move you. Running on ground is needed. We try to add sleds and parachutes to help kind of mimic real life situations. However, the treadmill is the number one tool. Now, there are three main benefits to running on the treadmill. One is force production. Let's say you are a 400-meter runner. There's going to be a point in your run where you're going to fatigue. With that fatigue, it's going to combine three elements. You're going to have tighter muscles, which shorten your range of motion. Your muscles will become weaker, and your form will break down. As hard as you try, these elements are always going to stay in play. Now on the treadmill, you've got to stay on the treadmill. So the force production will remain the same and consistent until you get off the treadmill, essentially forcing the body to work through tighter muscles and mental weakness. When it comes to endurance, now let's again say you're a 400-meter runner. The goal is to run times that are very consistent. If you're running on ground, it's hard to keep your times consistent unless you understand your tempo and rhythm, which takes a lot of time to master. The treadmill keeps the exact time frames and power production consistent with every single run. The next part is mechanics. Running in a static environment allows a coach to critique your form and mechanics without having to go anywhere. Coaches can now evaluate your foot strike, your knee drive, your arm swings, any other irregular movement patterns just by sitting in one spot. Now remember, when you're running flat on the treadmill, you're actually running downhill. 3.5 elevation is considered on ground flat when you're on a treadmill. I prefer to run all my runs at 10 degrees or higher. Now, when you are running flat or at that zero elevation on the treadmill, it's great to work on your overall foot strike and foot speed. However, I do not suggest speed training on a treadmill. It's too small. Now, a traditional treadmill goes about 10 miles per hour and hits between 10 to 12 degrees elevation. The treadmill I am on is a super treadmill found at Athletic Republic. It can hit 28 miles per hour and a 40-degree incline. Athletic Republic has an average of 50% better endurance over a 12-week program, which is a huge number. Now, when you apply that 50% better endurance, it's not about just running longer. You get better quality reps. You get 50% better quality reps for your sprint work, for your jump training, for your weight room exercises, and etc. There are over 120 locations nationwide for Athletic Republic, so I suggest checking them out. But if you're going to do this training on the treadmill at your school or at home, I would suggest just sticking with your overall endurance.